All right, let's talk about one of my favorite projects to do is kinetic typography, and that is moving words essentially. And the way it works is you decide what you want to do, you enter all the words, you play the audio, and you match the words with the audio. Some people are like, well, it's a lyrics video. It's really not, because a lyrics video, you just throw all the words up there so they can see the words. This is much, much more fun. I'm going to use one of my favorite comedy pieces ever. That's Abbott and Costello's "Who's on First." If you haven't seen Abbott and Costello's "Who's on First," stop watching this video. Go on YouTube, look for it, watch it, pay attention, and just understand the amount of comedy that's in there. And this thing is 80 years old, I believe, is what it is. I think it came out originally in the 30s. Yeah, and then come back, and then you'll appreciate the comedy of this much more. So I've already opened up the composition for my kinetic typography. One of the things I need to do, change the settings. I'm going to make it about 2 minutes. Eventually I'll do the whole speech, or the whole bit. But for this episode, for this lesson, we're going to do 2 minutes. You see there? It is 2 minutes. Now, one of the problems that students have come across in my years of teaching is they'll get down here and go, well, it's only 28 seconds or 59 seconds. Well, that's a minute and 59 seconds, because if you'll zoom out, you'll see that there's 1 minute, there's 2 minutes. So just make sure that you're kind of paying attention to what you need to do. Also, if you're concerned, put your playhead there and look over here at the current time indicator there. Your playhead CTI, same thing, by the way. So what you have to do is you have to copy the text word for word. It has to be word for word, and each word has to be on a different layer because you can only say one word at the time unless it's more than one person talking. So what I do is I will minimize my After Effects window, and then back here I have the comedy bit, and I will minimize that as well so that it's right here. So what I'm going to do is go to After Effects. I'm going to nudge that over just a little bit more. And using the type tool, I'm going to just click the type tool and go word for word. Well, now you have two enter buttons on your keyboard. One is next to the letter, the other next to the numbers. If you hit the one next to the letters, it drops it down here and keeps everything in the same layer. Not what you want to do. You hit the one next to the numbers. So now I've done well, Costello. And this is the tedious part. Not much fun here, but nothing really cool ever happened that wasn't a lot of work. So I've got these first layers in. I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to put some more layers in, and then I'm going to come back. So hang on just a minute. Okay, so I have added 42 layers to this, 42 different words. And as you see, my screen looks kind of a mess. And what you have to do is, as you progress through, you just turn off the layers when you get to the point where, you could turn off every layer if you wanted. As you go through, you could turn them all off. I usually wait till the screen gets full, or if I'm doing a paragraph break or something like that. So here I have two people talking. I have Abbott and Costello, and I have done, that's 42 words, by the way. Well, the first two lines. So I've done that. I've put them all in there. What I need to do is go download the audio. I've already done that. I'm just going to double click here in my project window, and it's going to ask me to import a file. And here we go. Let's find it. As you can see, I've done a lot of different stuff. There's Who's on First. So I'm going to import that. So it just brings it up here into my project window, and I need to drag it down to the very bottom, because more than likely as I put the words in, they started from the bottom and worked their way up. Now I'm going to go back full screen with After Effects so you can see everything. Every word that I put in is 2 minutes in length. Not necessarily what I want. We'll fix that later. Now, focusing on the audio, I am a visual person, so I need to see kind of what I'm looking at in terms of audio. So if you hit L twice on your keyboard, it will open up the waveform for your audio. So there we go. Now, playing audio or playing video full-fledged where you can hear audio and video in After Effects is not the same as Premiere Pro. If I hit the space bar, the video will play, but there's no audio. So you have to go back to the RAM preview, which is right here. If you hit this, it's the same as hitting the space bar. But if you hit RAM preview, Give it a moment. Okay, so you heard the audio there. Now, I know that the audio doesn't really start till right here because I just previewed it. To make life easier, I'm going to hit from current time on my preview window, and what that will do is next time it renders and plays, it will play from there. So now here comes the fun part. Not really the fun part. We hadn't got there yet. We'll get there soon. So we're going to click and just drag this audio over here. And what I want is, as soon as he says well, it pops up. Boom. So there we go. That's a beautiful color that I have there. Now you could also, if you wanted to get real and do it really slow, you hold down Control and drag your your time indicator, which seems to freak my computer out for some reason. So I won't do that. I'm just going to go back, current time, back it up a little bit.
Well, Costello.
Okay. So Costello starts there. Turn it on. Move it over. Back it up a little bit.
Well, Costello.
Okay. Now I know that these are going to all be beyond those. So I just hit Shift and selected them all. Okay, that was what it sounds like if you hit the Control button.
I'm going to New York.
So let's turn these guys on and move them over. Okay. So if you want, as you move up, you can move your audio with you so you don't have to go back and forth. So let's see what it looks like here.
I'm going to New York with you. You know Bucky Harris, the Yanks man.
Okay, so all of that comes in that little burst there. So what I'm going to do is bring all of that in, kind of stair step it, and then go back and watch it again.
I'm going to New York with you.
Okay, that was close enough. I'll take that. So now another thing that I like to do once I get them lined up is lock them so that they don't go anywhere, so I don't accidentally grab one and move it. So now, you know, Bucky Harris, let's just go with this and click and drag it over. So pretty tedious, but really is a fun project. I'm going to pause the video again. I'll come back and show you how to decorate and make it actually look really cool. Alright, so I have lined up the audio with the video, or with the text, and I've done a couple other things that you'll see. Let me pull this up so you can see it a little better. Because of the space on screen, you're going to have to kill some of the layers and that kind of stuff. And what I did was I went in and changed the colors. So let's say I've got this whole brown selection here. I selected all the layers. I clicked one layer, hit Shift, selected the last in that little section, and then I clicked on the color and changed it so that I would know when and where a layer or a group would need to start. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this and make it actually look really good, because if you see here, like if I just leave them on, it's going to be just a sloppy mess. The easiest way to do this, it's kind of a hack, it's not the right way to do this, but the easiest way to do this is to select all of your layers, hit Control Shift D, and notice that it cuts the layers right there and makes another layer, and it highlights all of those layers. If you delete those layers, they come on and then they go off all at the same time. So I'm going to do that real quick for these three little sections. Okay, so right here. And what you want is you want it to be right up against the next section starting. Okay, for as long as you're on the team. And I didn't change the colors on these. Give me just a moment to do that. I'm going to just go this direction and make them dark green. So now I know that right here where the dark green starts, I need to kill the red. So boom, Control Shift D, delete. Now I have that. So let me turn on all the layers. So now I can turn them all on, and whoop.
Well, Costello, I'm going to New York with you. You know, Bucky Harris, the Yanks manager, gave me a job as coach for as long as you're on the team. Look,
Okay, so you see there, I took the first couple of areas and went ahead and designed them a little bit, made them cute, whatever you want to call it, so that they looked decent, and then beyond that I hadn't yet. But what I wanted you to see was that you need to do that for each kind of section, and you notice that I kind of found some breakpoints in the conversation to kill that group and add the next group. You can do whatever you want. If you don't have to go up and down, you don't have to go right and left, just make it look good. I will work on this throughout a little bit, and I will post the final video later. So what you need to do, your steps are to transcribe the speech or the audio from wherever your source is into After Effects, 1 word per layer. Then you need to bring in the audio and match it. Then you lay out the audio, you design it, you do what you want to do, you trim it up, and you go through and do that for the entire audio session. So that is how you create kinetic typography. Once I'm done, I will post the final video here on YouTube. Thank you for watching.